And I think specifically also this matchup. So let's see, it's actually gonna be a PvP. And let me just remove the 3-point there. Oop. There's a PvP between YouTube man, who is also known as Uthermal, or Mark. And on the top left we have Holden, who does not know that it's a PvP currently and needs to check out his opponent's race. So this is already a huge edge here for Uthermal. Specifically in a PvP, you don't really want to go for a low ground wall. You kind of having your wall on the high ground gives you so much advantages in those early skirmishes. And making a low ground wall is like yeah, it's a big risk actually in PvP. And it can set you really far behind. You basically need to play defensive already at this point. And he's not actually gonna see the race here in a second. And there we go. So he was kind of gambling on Zerg, but it's gotta be Protoss. And let's see what we're gonna do here on the side of Holden. But yeah, he definitely has a little bit of a weak point that Mark basically avoided here, being the random player. And we're gonna see a second gate. Yes, there we go. Gonna be a second gate into Cybercore. And as you can see, there's also a lot of minerals actually missing here for Holden. In comparison, it's like 100 minerals at this point because of his not optimized build, this travel distance he needs to go, and the extra scout he had to commit here. He has one more probe though, but yeah, okay, so I guess Mark skipped a probe somewhere. Or maybe a chrono boost. And we're gonna have a proxy pylon. So it's gonna be offensive. This might actually be a robo position. So you can just walk up here and then go into this area and then fight the low ground wall. He hasn't even seen the wall. He doesn't know. But he just assumes it's there, which is kind of smart. I mean, most Protoss players at a high level would do a wall. Okay, so yeah, he's pulling his chrono boost, and it seems that we're gonna see a lot of chronos on the cybernetics core, and it might just be a gate actually. There's a second pylon coming in. Curious to see if we're actually gonna have a tech or not. And yeah, Holden, he knows there's gonna be a lot of chronos here. He knows there is gateway. I'm pretty sure he saw that it was being chrono there. And he actually scouts this proxy, and he also scouts the other proxy. There's 2 gates in 2 different locations being proxied here. So it's a 4-gate proxy. And so far just 2 adepts trying to come in, and there is nothing to block actually. So it's only the stalkers. They kind of have to move back here, and well, of course they kind of want to be at the front. Oh, there we go, Stargate. So Mark is going full alien on me here. So it's gonna be a 4-gate Stargate. Of course he doesn't have to use his gates, but in the end it might just be this what happens and matters. So he lost 1 pylon to his gate. He needs another pylon. He still has the probe around. Gonna get some shots on these adepts here. Even gonna lose 1. So this is a little bit dicey actually for him. But yeah, what do you know, man? There's 3 adepts already warping into your main base. And there's gonna be even another pylon. So he's also gonna get a stalker. He is also gonna power his gate. And he has a phoenix actually coming in. Interesting choice here. Those adepts haven't killed any probes yet. Or maybe they have killed a couple. Or actually they did kill some. I'm so sorry. This is not on game hard, so a little bit slow to pick up that. There we go. Actually destroying so many probes here right now while he's pressuring the front. Gonna move back there from the front again, but those adepts are just wrecking havoc. And he has seen those pylons now. The probe is trying to hide there, but it's not gonna happen. He should kill the probe first. Yeah, also don't over micro that area because you need to also win the front fight. And so we have now 1 phoenix. Excuse me. We can lift the immortal and just destroy the rest, but he wants to have it, of course, outside of the area. Okay, you can also just destroy the immortal outside of the shield battery area, and there we go. Snipes the immortal, loses the phoenix, so he's really committed to this one there. 1 adept gets force fielded in, and this is only 1 pylon down here, so we need to be a little bit careful. Holden lost a lot of probes. So he has to remake probes as well. And he is behind in income right now. Oh, I can't show you. Because we're not... Well, as you can see, he's having a lower income here than Mark. So this is turning into an edge currently here. Our red Protoss player, who decided to not make any more air units so far. Oh, there we go. As I say that, Oracle coming in here. One Phoenix still tried to lift any Immortals. There is an Immortal which is hallucinated, and I don't think he knows this. He hasn't hit this one. But yeah, he doesn't need to. He's just gonna move in with those 2 Adepts and try to kill as many drones as he can again, or probes. And he's gonna get like 3 or 4 there. And he's also gonna get a gate in this. Almost. He's a little bit, well, afraid of this fake Immortal, which is an amazing move here by Holden, really. Buying him so much time as the actual Immortal joins the fray now. He managed to build up a huge Stalker force here. This Immortal, fake Immortal, was basically the game-winning move if he ends winning this game. For Holden here, very smart play. But there's I say that Oracle comes in and gets another 5, 6 probes and still counting so many. While we have the attack at the front, the one Phoenix has managed to lift the Immortal again. Snipes that one, and all of these Stalkers with some beautiful force fields get taken out here. Only 3 remaining and Holden is falling apart. GG. Almost. He almost manages to get a game-winning position here. But then just the one Oracle dealing so much damage into the main base. And the one Phoenix to lift that last Immortal. Just managed to clench the win there. And he was almost stabilizing. Pretty cool stuff here. Bracket is kind of not progressing so much. Very curious if Wayne actually showed up. Alright. There we go, ready. And random against Protoss once again, low. So let's see what we're gonna get here for Mr. Mark. The man who lives at YouTube right now. Makes most of his money there. It's a smart choice, I have to say, if you have the exposure there. Red camera movement, thank you so much. And we go again, another PvP. A little bit unfortunate for Holden, but because it feels like the last game, if it wasn't a PvP, well, his opening was already a little bit busted, and it's gonna be the same. He's gonna go for the low ground again, low ground wall, and we can see Uthermal again putting up the high ground wall. I could actually rename this man. Give me a second here. Gonna give him his actual name, YouTube Man. Also known as Uthermal. So name is so big. Fit. Doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I'm gonna go with the short one. You tell me. There we go. Oh, Full Heart, thank you so much for the raid, my man. I hope you had a good stream. Unfortunate that you went out a little bit early there. I was actually hoping to see you against Wayne in a later round. Alright, let's get back to the game here. Me trying to fix the name for a little bit too long. We're gonna see, well, 2 gate opening for both players. And another proxy pylon here for Mark, but this is a very interesting, it's a different position than last time. And maybe Holden is gonna proxy pylon his own stuff. Might end up at base trady. And this looks a little bit more like a Stargate or maybe even DT proxy. But yeah, both players going for 2 adepts. If you go for 2 adepts, usually you want to push out something else rather fast. Just because 2 adepts are kind of the cheapest thing you can get, right? 25 gas, 100 minerals for each of those. Like 250. And you have a surplus of gas at this point. You can go into 2 extra stalkers after this and still have a rather fast tech. You're also like it's like the most mobile force basically. Yeah, let's see what he's gonna do, Holden specifically with those adepts, because I think he just wants them defensively. But actually eating there the first double shot, maybe I'm a little bit wrong. He's just gonna pylon and try to move in here. You need to... No, nice block here from Mark. Getting those in, and on the other side there's a gateway actually blocking. And there we can see shield battery. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, mate. I was a fat kid. Always a pleasure to see you each time. Already one of the regulars here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks so much for subbing. So things are falling apart a little bit for Holden here. He just lost 1 probe and 2 adepts for literally nothing. Okay, he killed 1 probe, but I think that was a scouting probe on the other side, so nothing really. Which you got in return, and this is kind of cool. This is really cool. Okay, so Mark decides to just go for a Nexus, a hidden base, and a Twilight Council. The Twilight Council is in the main, so it's, well, possibly, it's very possible to scout, I'd say. And on the other side we have a Robo and 4 gates. Okay, so what could happen here is we have a ton of gates for Holden, but if he just loses one, it doesn't feel like they're strong anymore. He kind of needs one to break out anyways, though. If he is gonna wait for the prism, he's gonna lose this as well, so yeah. I don't know, just trying to fight at least the adepts, slowing this down a little bit might have been maybe a better choice, in my opinion, because this is gonna get scouted now anyways. These adepts shade in, they see all of these stalkers, they see 1 more extra gate, and there should be a war prism in production as soon as we hit about 200, whatever, 25 minerals that is. But there we go, war prism starting to be built here. It's gonna be Blink for our YouTube man, and let's see how he's gonna defend this. So right now we have a huge... Oh, actually, not so much of a stalker advantage. I thought it was a little bit higher than it actually is. So Mark has 8 stalkers, he has a big army, but there's 1 immortal and 3 sentries as well with this. And there's gonna be a prism, so it's like the budget Blink, if you want to say so, right? He's going to be able to micro his stalkers, he's going to have a fast weapon point, he's actually going to go for a 3rd gateway again and walling this off, so there's no counterattack potential with like a couple of adepts or anything. And if Mark wants to do counter damage, he needs basically stalkers to blink over the wall. That being said, this base is unscouted, and Holden does not know the state of the game, so he's completely misreading the situation. He thinks if he breaks Mark here now, he basically wins the game, but that's not true. I mean, it's gonna be so much harder to break than he imagines, because, you know, actually just having like 1 sentry would be really cool, I think. I mean, we can see there's Blink, but yeah, Mark has up to 4 gates as well, and it's basically the exactly same production here for both players, because the robo units are not going to be in place here. They're not going to assist anything. He isn't even making any more robo units. And yeah, once he gets charged and gets into some extra zealots, this is such an advantage here for Uthermal. Right now we have the Immortal, which also has the Warp Prism Micro available to it. And this Colossi is basically there to grant the high ground vision, so he does not have to commit his Warp Prism, which is a smart move in my opinion. I really like his choice there. Now, getting one gate is really cool. I mean, you still have the potential to make one extra gate down here as Mark, and I feel like you want to have actually a fourth gate. Oh, he's actually moving, warping them in on the low ground here, so these might just come for a flank. Once he has charge done, these might just go for a flank. And then he just blinks on top, right? There we go. Couple of hallucinated zealots. I'm not actually sure what he's trying to accomplish with these guys, but let's see. He's still using this for high ground vision. Don't go too far with your Warp Prism there. As you can see, this actually provides a lot of high ground vision in this area. And once this is gone, he couldn't see the gate anymore. Oh, this is whenever I see this open, man, I'm always low. It's in the umbrella mode. It's possibly sniped. And as we can see, Mark has been mining a lot more in the past couple of minutes here. It's almost like 3 minutes where has been so much more income. And we're about to see this actually reflected in the tech, the extra tech, Templar archives coming in. We have a lot of zealots just not even being used down here. They're just stacking up in numbers. And now finally moving out, and he's gonna come and try to crush this force. He's gonna blink down the ramp and gonna flank with these zealots. Zealots coming in, blink coming in, just sniping the Warp Prism, sniping the Immortal, and then it's just basic gateway units left. No blink potential there anymore, no Warp Prism micro, no reinforcements. Trying to recall, but this is just... He doesn't know how far he is behind. He thinks, hey, I have a Nexus, hey, I have 28 probes, hey, I still have a chance. But actually, yeah, there you go. GG, well played. Actually, Mark completely disguising what he was going for there and completely getting away with that.